Déjà, tu transpires pas mal déjà là. On n'a même pas commencé. Bon, allez. 3, 2, 1, go! Ouh là là là, pas mal, pas mal. Une 13. J'ai 1, go! Une 14, nickel. T'es chaud! Une 11! Putain, mais toi, une 11! Oh là là là! Une 14! Allez, c'est bien ça! Bon. Allez, c'est bien quand même. Je les ai tous fait en dessous d'une 15 quoi. 3, 2, 1, go! Bon Hugo, on est chaud. Alors là, c'est pas 400 mètres, mais c'est 300 mètres. Même principe, on attend que la madame passe. Allez, 3, 2, 1, go! Allez go, 300 mètres.
Hello, welcome back to the Science Feed channel. As you can see, if you have been following, the training has shifted a little bit towards shorter distance, and the reason why is because we did his 5K time trial on the last episode, which I will link here. And now we are training for the mile. So the good thing is, under normal circumstances, the gap between the 5,000 meters and the mile is not that big. So the shift in training is it's okay if you take time. The thing is that the Brooklyn Mile, which is the virtual race that we aim, is taking place on June the 20th. So we have about, at the time of shooting, about 2-3 weeks or so. We have to take some risk, of course measured risk. The last thing we want to is to get him injured, right? So because, well, when you're injured, there's no race. So as you can see now, the intervals are much shorter for that 400 meters, and 300 meters. Hugo today did pretty well, even though he was not as regular as he used to be on the 5,000 type of intervals. That was totally new territory. I never asked him to run a series of 400 meters at that pace. The target pace was to run under 75 seconds, and which he did. He was all the time, all of his interval were run under 75 seconds. Whenever you go into a new type of interval, the only thing you can do is to go by trial and error, and with the goal in mind to stay the most consistent as possible. So yeah, I think he did okay. You know, unknown territory. He averaged maybe about 73 seconds, which is good, which is not bad. The goal on race day is to run under 4 minutes and 50 seconds for the mile to get actually a prize. And so that means to run each 400 meters under 72 seconds. And he's not too far off. Which brings us to the next topic I wanted to talk about for today, is the difference between intervals and repetition. For intervals, you want to run your intervals at goal pace, right? It's mainly aerobic. The goal is to train your aerobic system. If you do 400 meters type of interval with the goal of training your aerobic system, one way to do it is to run the 400 meters with a short resting time. I would say between 10 seconds, yes, I know that's pretty short, to about 30 seconds, and to run those 400 meters at about your target goal pace. And then you have the other type of training, which are called repetition. It's not the same purpose, it's not the same goal. The goal is more neuromuscular. You want to train your nervous system and you want to train raw power. That's the purpose. And so for these, the mind shift is that you run very fast, close to full sprint actually. It's usually very hard. But your rest time, your recovery time, whatever you want to call it, is much longer. Just take as much time as needed, as long as you recover your breath fully. It's a really hard workout, and it's very taxing on the body. So when you do this kind of training, you have to make sure that the next day you take it very easy and you take as much time as needed to recover. And I personally, I have been doing 10 to 15 times 400 meters with a short rest at my 10K race pace, with at the end 6 times 300 meters, almost all out. Following this kind of training 10 weeks in a row, I went back to the track and I had my best 6-time 1,000 on the track in years. I averaged 320 for that session, and that hasn't happened for at least 5 years. That's it for today. If you have any question, any comments, feel free to leave it on the comment section below. And until next time, have a good run, and I'll see you.